I'm going to talk to you today about marketing versus advertising and why I believe you need to do both. And I have to have you stay with me because for you to get a full understanding, I'm going to go back a few years to start. Now, before the internet, there was a thing called the Yellow Pages. It's actually a big book, and they send it to you once a year, and it had all the phone numbers and a whole section of Yellow Pages that were ads for various businesses. Now, back in the 80s, early 90s, martial arts schools made a big thing out of advertising or marketing their school through the Yellow Pages. Now, why would someone look in the Yellow Pages? It wasn't for light reading. In other words, people didn't pick it up like a magazine and thumb through it. No, people looked into it when they needed to find a location or someplace to shop or a product or service they were in need of. So if someone needed martial arts class, they go, hey, I want to take martial arts. My child needs martial arts. They would look under M's, find martial arts, or look under K for karate, and find a school that was located close to them. And it got really competitive with martial arts schools. And if you were around during that time, you know exactly what I mean. And that was a big deal to have the ad that was first in that section called martial arts or karate. And they went by size of the ad. So if you had a quarter-page ad and someone else had a half-page ad, the person would have the half page would go first. Of course, someone took a full page, they would be the very first, and then went by alphabetical order. So if I had East-West Karate and someone had ABC Karate would go before East-West Karate. So it got really competitive, and because of martial arts egos, everyone had to have a school that started with AA or AAA or AAAAA, so they're in the first, and they had to have the biggest ad. So schools would pay $1,000, $1,500 just so their ad would be first for bragging rights, and also, if people were looking for a school and they were looking in the Yellow Pages, usually they thought the bigger the ad, the better the facility. Bigger is always better. And they're not going to look just for a name in the column because, that's really small. Obviously, this school isn't very successful. If it was successful, they would have the biggest, baddest first ad in the Yellow Pages. So the thing was, though, people would spend money on that when really people were looking in the Yellow Pages for a school that was not only the biggest and the best ad, but was the closest and most convenient for them. And people used to, schools would blow their whole budget just on Yellow Page ads. During this time is when I had my big school. I didn't have a Yellow Page ad. It was my thinking that I wanted to get people interested in martial arts. So in other words, if you're just sitting and doing nothing and there's no need to go in the Yellow Pages, I'm not going to get you as a student. But if you saw my name over and over and over again, you got flyers, you saw ads, you opened the TV guide, you watched TV and saw an infomercial, you saw East-West Karate. So I created an interest for people then to look for my phone number. It wasn't that they had to look for the biggest ad in the Yellow Pages, they had to look for East-West Karate. They saw it over and over and over again. So I had the free listing and just said East-West Karate. I didn't spend any of my money on that advertising. Now, let's fast forward to today. When people go to your website, it's people who already decided to buy. The same people back then that went to the Yellow Pages are going to the internet. Perfect example. My wife today wanted to buy a fan that had a mister or a sprayer in it because it's really, really hot in Arizona right now, and they tend to keep you really cool. We saw one at a restaurant. They had a going oscillating fan, and mist came out of it. She goes, that'd be great for the backyard. So what does she do? Goes to Google. It wasn't that all of a sudden she saw ad after ad. She had a need to buy the fan. Then she went to Google and found a place that sold those fans. So when you have your ad in your website, and you definitely need a website, but you have to drive people to your website. Just like I was driving people to open the Yellow Pages and look for my school, you want to drive people to the to Google website, and they want to Google your name, not just martial arts, but they're looking for you. So in addition to your website and word of mouth, which are really, really important, it's still important to do some type of marketing / advertising. How do people find out about your school? How do they know that you have certain benefits or you provide certain benefits that are going to help me or help my family? Now, one way that a lot of people are doing is rack cards. Rack cards is a mini billboard inside a lot of stores. If I go to a store and I'm waiting in line to pay for my product or service, whatever I'm buying, and I see it says, karate teaches kids a lot. Kids learn self-discipline here. All of a sudden, if I needed self-discipline for my child, I may pick up one of those cards. If I'm driving down the street every day, I pass the shopping center and I see this car out there that's got a ninja on it, it's got East-West Karate, I'm going to remember that name. In fact, here's a story I want to tell you. We had someone come into our school about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they said, I've been looking for the school. I always saw the van that said East-West Karate, and I knew it had to be located here. Well, check this out. We haven't had the van for 2 years. So it's been at least 2 years since they saw that van, but that van was there for about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years before that. So this person kept seeing the van. They thought it was still there. So that landmark, that van that was parked out in front that had all the kids on it, said East-West Karate, became a landmark, and people knew there was a karate school in that plaza. Well, now we have the smart car outside. Same thing. It's designed to draw attention to our location. The other day, we were talking about people walking into our school on Saturday, and I was asking the staff, do we get a lot of walk-ins on Saturday? They said, well, no, now it's, with summertime, all our doors are closed, and people really don't even know we're open. I said, okay, we've got to change that. Just by having the door closed, we may be saving on air conditioning, but we're losing on prospects. I said, so I want that door open. I want a table out there. And if we have to get some type of banner or something, balloons, maybe a A-frame sign that says visitors always welcome, let's draw some attention so people walk towards our door. And then we can watch them, maybe have a table set up where they can fill out something for free classes so we can go and we can talk to them. But we have to create traffic inside our school. We don't want just people walking by. We want them coming in and visiting. So now we're talking about advertising by our front door so we get people to go from outside our front door inside the front door. So you have to think about advertising. Now, if you're advertising, we recently took out an ad in a local newspaper, and because advertising is hurting out here, we got them to run a full-page article about our school. That was a win-win. We got a small ad. We got a full-page article. I love that. Now, we have our car. We have the rack cards. We have a banner in front of the school. In fact, the banner's working pretty good, but we decided to actually paint our windows for summer. So we're really advertising, we're really marketing our summer program. So our summer windows are going to be all colorful. It's got ninjas on it. It's going to say Summer Martial Arts Program. It's got the offer. It's got to say come inside. It's cool inside. So now we're advertising, again, walking into our school by painting our front windows. But you've got to get your name out there. I don't care if it's with rack cards, if it's with door hangers, you're flying cars to cars, you're going out and you're in a movie theater and you're in their lobby with a promotional booth, but you've got to get your name or your school out there. You can't expect people just to surf the web and hope to see your website and then decide, hey, I saw that, I should take martial arts. It doesn't happen that way. They want to take martial arts, you got to get them to your website, then they'll get more information and call and sign up on your school. So think of how you can market and how you can advertise your school so you drive people into your school. Or like us, we have to drive people actually inside our school by advertising right in front of the school. Good luck, good marketing, and if you get some great ideas, pass them on. It's all about the shotgun approach. A lot of stuff works good. Nothing works great.